In 2022, Lewis Hamilton was unexpectedly challenged by Russell, and it appears that this trend will continue in the 2023 season. According to recent rumours, Hamilton may be purposely giving Russell optimism just to snuff it out once he has the appropriate car. As Hamilton waits for his team to give him adequate machinery, Russell may tumble down the Mercedes pecking order as the old fox strives to reclaim his rightful place. So stay tuned as we investigate Hamilton's devious strategies for wearing out Russell and creating a perfect storm scenario for the foreseeable future. Russell joined the Silver Arrows squad last year, while the team struggled to extract performance from the W13, which the Mercedes team believed to be one of the worst vehicles to come out of Brackley. However, when Hamilton and Russell raced with the W14 in the first race of the current season, Hamilton quickly applied the same label to this year's challenger. But it appears that Hamilton is creating this perception on purpose, and if there is one thing he excels at, it's outperforming his teammates by any means necessary. Hamilton is currently struggling to outperform Russell, as the younger Briton outperformed the 7-time world champion by 35 points in the 2022 season. And adding to this dynamic, Russell was the only driver to gain one pole position and one race win for the team during their difficult season, making him the driver on whom Mercedes relied significantly to provide the needed results. Russell has a lot of off-track tasks in addition to his responsibilities at Mercedes, such as serving as the president of the GPDA, a duty he took up during his time at Williams and has been doing a fantastic job in. Russell has been outspoken in his criticism of various FIA decisions, and while his demeanour might come across as arrogant at times, he's made legitimate points on behalf of himself and his fellow drivers. And because of these off-track responsibilities, Hamilton may be aiming to take advantage in a cheeky way. Furthermore, anytime both Mercedes drivers are asked a question, Hamilton appears willing to let Russell answer, which begs the question, why would a 7-time world champion let a driver in only his second year with the team to function as the team's spokesperson? However, as Tom Clarkson explained, this is all part of a larger plan. In the press conference in Australia after qualifying, they'd qualified second and third in Melbourne, Max of course on pole, and every time a question was posed to both of the Mercedes drivers, Lewis was quite happy for George to answer the question. He almost became the spokesperson for the team in that press conference, and I was interested as to why Lewis was happy just to sit back and let that happen. I don't know whether he's sort of keeping his powder dry. Is he trying to sort of give him a sort of false hope of being the dominant person, and then he's going to really hit him hard where it matters most on the stopwatch later on? I don't know what his thought process was, but it was interesting anyway to observe that he very much let George be the man. Hamilton is known for not letting anyone else become the alpha male or the main driver in the team, which was clear in his first season at McLaren when he faced off against 2-time world champion Alonso and refused to back down. Similarly, in 2016, he fought in a heated battle against Rosberg, his childhood buddy and competitor, and while he eventually lost, he had previously won the 2 titles against Rosberg, who retired after winning his first and only championship. This begs the question of why Hamilton appears to be handing over responsibility to Russell, who's delivering great outcomes and taking on team responsibilities. The solution could be found in Hamilton's desire to remain calm and level-headed, because Formula One is a tremendously demanding sport, and drivers like Bottas and Rosberg have paid a high price for competing with Hamilton. In addition to consistently surpassing Hamilton, which Russell has done recently, he also has to manage several extracurricular responsibilities, like his role as a president of the GPDA. These obligations can have a substantial impact on a driver's mental focus and overall well-being, and Russell's hectic schedule may not be optimal for maintaining mental clarity and attention, which could impact his performance on the track. Yes, Damon Hill appears to agree with Tom Clarkson on Hamilton's attitude to Russell, claiming that Hamilton is playing a political game by allowing Russell to take on team tasks and serve as the team's spokesperson. He believes Hamilton is doing this on purpose to take the heat off himself and concentrate on his own driving, and Hill also points out that Hamilton made a wise decision by keeping his head down and avoiding unwanted distractions. We drivers are competitive, and we're kind of political as well. You have to be aware of rising forces or rising empires within the team. George has to make himself a valued asset of the team, and he's obviously doing that really well. But at the same time, he's the one that has to do all the hard work. I think Lewis doesn't have to. Mercedes know what they've got with Lewis, and they know that given half a sniff of a chance, he's going to be back on top form and can deliver those extraordinary races. They know that George can do that too, but he's yet to prove all that. George is also the director of the GPDA, so he's got a big workload. George, he's taken on quite a lot, but I think Lewis's strategy has always been to remove as many distractions as possible and leave time for downtime and clarity. This is an intriguing point of view, and you won't be wrong by wondering why. Hamilton may be playing a long game by enabling Russell to take on more responsibility and potentially exhausting him mentally, while simultaneously portraying himself as the more experienced and accomplished driver. This might be a strategy for Hamilton to maintain his dominance within the team and secure his position as the team's #1 driver, even if Mercedes is not currently competing for the championship. So it will be interesting to see how this dynamic develops throughout the season and beyond. It's clear that both Hamilton and Russell are competitive and determined drivers, and the battle between them will be fascinating to watch. But it's also important to remember that teamwork is important in Formula 1, and the success of Mercedes as a team ultimately depends on both drivers working together towards a common goal. So it remains to be seen whether Hamilton's approach of wearing down Russell will pay off, but it's vital to remember that the ultimate goal is to win races and titles as a team, not simply as individuals. Russell has demonstrated the potential to become a leader in the Mercedes squad in the future. However, it's crucial to note that who becomes the team's leader will be determined by a variety of criteria, including their ability to handle the pressures of managing a team and their fit with the team's culture and goals. In terms of Hamilton's retirement, it's difficult to anticipate when it will occur. While he's previously claimed that he does not intend to compete past the age of 40, he's also stated that he would like to race as long as he feels competitive and enjoys the sport. Finally, the decision to retire will be his, and it will be influenced by a variety of circumstances, including his physical and mental health, motivation to continue racing, and personal ambitions. Russell does need to show himself against Hamilton in a very competitive car before he can be considered a genuine title candidate. The pressure of playing in a great team and facing a 7-time world champion is enormous, and Russell will need to keep his mental focus and resilience to prevail. To compete at the highest level, he must also continue to improve his driving abilities and work on his deficiencies. And while it's evident that he has the talent and potential to be a future champion, it will take time and hard effort to get there. Those looking for a rematch like the one between Hamilton and Rosberg will be disappointed, since Mercedes presently has no championship on the line, which is an important condition in this case. But when Hamilton ascribed George Russell's P4 in Jeddah to luck with the setup route he took, Russell was adamantly opposed and tensions between the two briefly escalated. This year, the media will be scanning the sport for the smallest of distractions to compensate for Red Bull's supremacy, and you can bet that everyone will be paying close attention to every single second of Hamilton versus Russell. So what do you think? How will this battle end? Will the plan Hill and Clarkson predict will be the reality, or is Hamilton really just taking it slow with nothing going on behind the curtains? Let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time.